there. In this video, we're going to talk about how to stop losing clients and how you can do that by using a virtual assistant to run your follow-up system. So here's some questions that I'm going to answer in this video. Meanwhile, I'm Diane Prince. I sold a staffing business for $28 million, and I'm here to help you to grow your business. So subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos and tips on growing your agency. So we're going to answer a few questions in this video. One is why you're ghosting your own leads. Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay, the questions that we're going to ask are, how do I follow up without being annoying but still win business? That's a commonly asked question. Another one is, what's a daily lead gen routine that works for a busy staffing agency owner? How can I use a virtual assistant to run my follow-up system? Another question I get asked often is, how do I re-engage past clients without it eating up my day? And how do I stay consistent with that? First question, or well, not the first question, because I just asked a few questions, but are your leads ghosting you? Because there's a chance that you're actually ghosting your leads without realizing it. A lot of staffing agency owners or salespeople in general feel stuck. They feel like they want consistent client outreach, but they're already maxed out. So today I'm going to show you how to build a virtual assistant powered daily follow-up routine that drives results and builds trust without burning you out. This is the exact system that I currently use with my current staffing agency, where I place virtual assistants, of course, in staffing agencies. But you can use this with any virtual assistant and any kind of staffing agency or even small business. Okay, let's dive in. Let's talk about the follow-up problem for staffing agencies. No system leads to inconsistent follow-up, leads to lost opportunities. Manual outreach falls apart when you're busy filling roles. You're busy making placements. That's the fastest to money. So you give up on your building your pipeline for the moment. That is never a good thing. Don't be that person who's so busy filling orders, then all of a sudden the market goes a little soft and you don't have a pipeline. You want to always be building a pipeline. Sales is the lifeline of your business. So always be building your pipeline. All right. Clients will forget you, and prospective clients, both clients and prospects, even if they like you or like working with you or interested in working with you, because someone else stayed visible. Don't be that person who has a great call and then they tell you, we're not ready, touch base in Q3, or even they send an email and they say, touch base at the beginning of the year. You have given them the idea of using you, but they will forget who you are if you're not consistently following up with them. It's happened to me before. I spoke to a consultant once who I wanted to use. I really liked him. I filed it in my brain that I was going to work with him. And then 7 months later, when I was finally ready to work with him, I could not even find, I don't know why, it wasn't in my inbox anymore. I could not find his contact information. So I searched up somebody else and I found somebody else to solve my problem. Don't let that happen to you. Here are some tasks that virtual assistants, and please note, when I say virtual assistants, it's virtual talent. A virtual assistant is a very broad term that covers, what I mean by it is any offshore team. I help build killer offshore teams for staffing agencies, recruiting agencies, and small businesses. And here's how to best work with them, because you want to get the best value out of working for your offshore teams. And you can have offshore teams doing everything like I do, just like I do in my business. So here's how to do lead outreach and nurturing without taking time off of your plate at a fraction of the cost of hiring someone in the US. So some virtual assistant responsibilities that can be done manually, and also a virtual assistant can help you automate these tasks as well. Virtual assistants go hand in hand with AI and automation and putting in systems. Okay, so you're going to want to send 20 new connection requests. This is if your clients are in LinkedIn. If your clients are elsewhere, if they're not on LinkedIn, you should not be doing things on LinkedIn. You should be doing things where your clients are based. So this example is based on LinkedIn, but fill in the blank. You got to figure out where your prospects are talking. Okay. So you're going to send 20 new connection requests daily to ideal client decision makers. This can be automated. You want to, wherever you're posting, so I post on LinkedIn, engage for 30 minutes with your target audience, only your ideal client profile. Comment, like, add value for 30 minutes, and your virtual assistants can do this for you. My VAs do this for me. Then post one piece of content. This is the virtual assistant's responsibility, things that they can do. So they can send 20 new connection requests, or they can set it up in an automation. We use Dripify sometimes for this. Then your VAs can engage for 30 minutes. Now, you might be asking, can a VA actually engage with my tone of voice? Yes. As long as you spend some time training your virtual assistants, they can really pick that up. And also, part of growing and scaling is letting go. Sometimes I'll see something that my virtual assistant engaged or commented. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have said it that way. But at the same time, my engagement is through the roof and I'm getting incoming leads every single day. So I back off. Just like anything growing, things might be different than the way you do them, but that doesn't mean that they're not even better sometimes. Okay. So then my virtual assistants post one piece of content that I have written. Then they engage for another 30 minutes after posting to interact with people that are active in your network. So for you, for the founder, what helps too, while your virtual assistants are doing this, to do 5 quality outreach messages per day, manually or automated. Your virtual assistant can do this, or you can do it yourself, but you want to have a plan so that when you're busy, it's still happening. Okay. So if you're doing 5 quality outreaches per day yourself, your virtual assistant can then take over the follow-up from those initial outreaches, pre-qualifying prospects, queuing up the next touch points, and tracking everything in your ATS or your CRM or your ATS/CRM. That way, when you do it, you only have one step in for a meaningful, high-value conversation. For me, I'm top of the funnel. I do videos like this. I speak. I do keynote speaking. I post on LinkedIn. I am on webinars. I guest on podcasts. So I'm top of the funnel. And then my virtual assistants follow up from there. So my content and engagement is bringing in incoming leads. And then my team is also doing the outreach and they're doing all the follow-up, because even if you're getting incoming leads, you still need to follow up with them. And by the way, this is also important for existing clients. So I'm that person where when I have a client, I am calling them, I am touching base with them. I'm not waiting for them to call me with a job rec. Okay. One of my clients the other day realized he missed out on he has a client who he was servicing, and they said to him, we're going to reach back out to you when we need somebody. He accepted that and waited, just sat and waited. You know what happened? He learned when he saw a job posting that they made and he called them, they already had another agency fill the rec. Don't be that person. Have your virtual assistants, if you don't have the time to do it, have your virtual assistants touch base with them every single week. I would call every single week or text, hey, what do you need now? Just checking up, just checking in. You want to stay top of mind, okay? And a virtual assistant can do that for you. You can block 30 to 40 minutes of your day for your part to delegate the rest to your virtual assistant. Templates are okay, but add custom lines for higher response rates. A virtual assistant can handle things like researching prospects, sending connection requests, logging follow-ups in your CRM, and even doing the follow-ups. My virtual assistants, a lot of times they just act like they're me and they do the follow-ups on my behalf. It's amazing. Nothing slips through the cracks anymore. And I know that I'm doing everything in my power to nurture leads so that they're not, I used to have a totally, what do you call it, a leaky funnel where people would come in, I'd get leads, and then I'd talk to them once, and then it would fade away because I didn't have time. Who has time to do all of this stuff? That's why a virtual assistant can really lock in and help you to nurture those leads and make sure they convert. One of our clients who worked with us when using one of our virtual assistants doubled their response rate while cutting their own involvement to only 20 minutes a day. Now, with this system also, some days I don't do anything. Like some days I might be on vacation or I just don't have the bandwidth. I played pickleball in Denver last Friday. I got crazy altitude sickness. So I just said to my team, hey, you guys need to handle it. And they did. So that is the beauty in spending time with your virtual assistants or your offshore talent so that they're trained to know how you want them to follow up. Okay. So here's some things to stop doing. Don't send generic cold spam messages with zero context. Don't let leads go cold after one conversation. That's what we're mainly talking about here. Stop thinking just about posting. Think about pipeline, think about nurturing, think about connecting. And my virtual assistants, without them, I could not have the reach that I do. I could not nurture my leads as much as I do since I have my virtual assistant help. So consistency before complexity. You need to be consistent in order to close leads. Otherwise, you're technically ghosting your clients. A simple virtual assistant powered follow-up system can transform your lead flow. And I'm going to invite you to explore our virtual assistant support. And you could just click on the link here and contact us. And we can tell you how we can provide a team for you, a killer offshore team. It might be one person. You might need a team at a fraction of the price of hiring in-house, of hiring domestically, so you can stay in your own zone of genius. You can always be building your pipeline. You'll get an ROI that is an entire year of a virtual assistant team is the same price as one average placement. Not even average, probably lower than average. Okay, so for the price of less than one direct hire placement or the longevity of one typical contract of a temp or a contractor, you can get an entire virtual assistant team to make sure that your leads never get ignored. I'm Diane Prince. Let us know if you want to talk.